In terms of the basic facts, the climate is clearly warming. The warmest year on record is, calendar year on record, is last year. 2016 is competing with that and is likely to even be a little warmer still. The previous record was 2014. There was a period before then when the global mean surface temperature didn't change that much. It's sometimes referred to as a hiatus in global warming. But we understand why this is happening because the composition of the atmosphere is changing. We're burning fossil fuels. We're putting more carbon dioxide into the atmosphere. The carbon dioxide in the atmosphere has increased by 40% from pre-industrial levels, and most of that, more than half of that, has occurred since 1970. And we know that those two things are related. We know that carbon dioxide and methane and so on are heat-trapping gases, and so they cause climate change. But the climate change from one year to the next is still relatively modest. It's mainly over a decade or 20 years that we really notice the differences, and those differences begin to pile up and they matter. And so there can easily be natural variability. The biggest source of natural variability we think of is the weather, but there's also natural variability on longer time scales. One of the most familiar ones to many people nowadays is the El Nino phenomenon. And so we've been going through an El Nino which tends to boost the global mean surface temperature in its waning stages as well. So that's one of the reasons why the global mean surface temperature might be a little bit higher than before. And as a result, there can be periods of lulls in the rise of global mean surface temperature, but the global mean surface temperature has been going up relentlessly, and especially since the 1970s. That we know is clearly related to the human influence on climate and the increases in the greenhouse gases in the atmosphere, the changes in the composition of the atmosphere that are due to humans.